Last month, I took you to the red carpet to celebrate Dead and Buried Treasure's 4th season with series creator Eric Sprouse. Well, the special was too big to be contained in just one episode. Tonight, we get you ready for part 2 of the Dead and Buried Treasures anniversary special, give you a sneak peek at tonight's movie, and answer some of your mailbag anniversary related questions. Stick around. It's coming up next. Welcome to Walk the Plank, the Dead and Buried Treasures pre-show. I'm your host, Rich Kanji, and, well, oh, there he is.
I thought I'd give you a different look this time. Like, everybody says, why do you always do it from the studio, and everything when you record at home and everything? So I thought I'd just show you, like, I'm doing it from my my celebrity home. That's a new. You remember Cribs from the 1990s or maybe early 21st century? Is that still even on?
Yeah, I don't know if it's still on, but yeah, I do remember.
Yeah, where they do like the celebrity homes. I'm just at my cabin, and I'm just like, this is my background. I have a beautiful wooden background, and it's just, I love it here. So I just want to give you something a little different. Rich, how are you tonight?
I'm great. As you can see, joining me from his humble abode is series creator Eric Sprouse.
Thank you for having me, Rich. As always, it's a lot of fun.
Well, here we are again for, I guess, part 2 of an anniversary special. So why are we having a part 2 anniversary?
Because it's just that big, Rich.
Too big to be contained in one episode. Well,
to be honest, it's all my fault. When we did the idea of having an anniversary show, we still got the look we wanted. We wanted to do it like an award show, but like an anniversary show. We're going to do it all in one show. But the more we got involved, the more blooper reels, the more people we got involved to do interviews on the show, and the more ideas we had for behind the scenes and interviews and things like that. I didn't want to shortchange anybody. So I thought, well, the thing ran like the thing could have run about 5-6 hours with the one movie. Mm-hmm. So we cut down the movie a bit, and we saved some stuff for the second episode, which would be the one you're going to watch tonight. And then we ran it like it was. And then we came to the end that we already had shot. It was like, so we ended it with me on the ship with Davey and Jack to continue it into tonight. And I said, let's host Nightmare Castle, completely different movie, and do something like that. And so when we did, and we transitioned to tonight, we almost didn't have time tonight. I probably could have taken Nightmare Castle completely out of the context and had a movie. Well, that's not true. I actually timed it today. It was about 2 hours. And Nightmare Castle is a little cut up. So obviously I didn't want to cut anybody out who was on the show. So we just lengthened it into 2 nights, and we had it as an extravaganza. When, to be honest, it was all an idiocy move on my part. So blame me.
Well, that's great, though, because people get to see more behind the scenes of what goes into making this series, and more interviews. And I think it's great that I had so much fun doing the first part of the anniversary special, and I had even more fun watching it. You did a great job putting it together.
Yeah, I had a blast. It was nice because we had the tuxedos on. We were doing something a little out of the norm. And I like to do new stuff on the show once in a while. Like, that's probably going to be our I will say this: this will be our last anniversary show for a while because that sucker's a lot to put together. And I've been editing round the clock with the podcast, and of course the show and the movie, and planning the next one, and writing scripts for upcoming adventures. So yeah, it was a lot of fun to do once. It's like having kids, and maybe you can relate. Yeah, it's great to have kids, someone else's.
Yeah, give them back.
Yeah, feed them full of sugar and send them home. Yeah, that's. But it was a lot of fun, and we had a good time with it. So hey, here we are. We got another movie. We got another exciting extension of the anniversary special. So can't complain.
That's right. And with a brand new movie, Barbara Steele is making a comeback to Dead and Buried Treasures. Yep. And you have Nightmare Castle this time.
You're right. Yeah. Good
Tell
movie.
us about that.
Well, it was originally called Night of the Doomed, and I think that was the Italian version. I'm not even sure of that. I know that there was an Italian version, obviously, and then I think when they released it in the States, they released it as Nightmare Castle. And of course, Barbara Steele was the original Scream queen, even before Jamie Lee Curtis was. And she was well known for a lot of her horror films. It just kind of came out that way. It's a great movie. It's another one of those kind of like eerie, what's going to happen. It's not like explosions and blockbusters like that, but it's a really good ghost story. And a lot of her films have that eerie mood where it can successfully tell a great ghost story, a lot like Tales from the Crypt. But it is a good feature, and we're looking forward to hosting it tonight. It'll be a lot of fun.
Yeah, and she has a dual role in that, right? She'll play like an evil twin or something?
Yeah, she has a dual role in this one, and Barbara Steele loves to like die in her movies. But she comes back as a couple people in a way. I don't want to reveal too much of the plot. Lost, but she does a great job at dual roles, playing herself, and she doesn't just come back and play two roles in this like this the same person, just they change the hair color kind of thing. She does a really good job at being a crazy and being a countess, like where she's like above everyone else, and of course the innocent sister kind of thing. So it's a challenge and it's a lot of fun, and I think that our fans will like it tonight. Our viewers will really like it.
Exciting, morbid, perverse, ambiguous, enigmatic, more fascinating than ever. Barbara Steele in an original and passionate interpretation of the double role of Muriel and Jenny. Jenny, tender, fragile, romantic. Muriel, perfidious, dangerous, sensual. Two beings bound by a single fate and a single sinister secret. Two contrasting individuals, two opposite and distinct personalities. One woman with two faces, or two women with the same face but profoundly different. A fearful doubt, a sinister enigma which becomes an obsessive nightmare in the night of the doomed. The story of a guilty and frenzied passion which lives beyond the borders of death. Victim of the sorcery of a merciless and diabolical sadist.
I'll stay with you with my body and my senses until someone comes and destroys my heart.
Now that damned voice will be silent forever, and then we'll be rid of you once and for all!
Stephen, I can't stand it!
In the blood-curdling atmosphere of a thrilling drama in which the forces of evil unleash their sorcery and open the gates of the unknown, reality and nightmare merge, sweeping the possessed lovers into the night of the doomed.
About last night. It wasn't just an hallucination. It was something unreal, mysterious. And when I was in bed, I knew I was with you when I heard the heartbeats. I was awake. And also when you told...
I know, my dear. You told me. But it can't have been anything but delirium in your mind.
Your wife is not mad, but she runs the risk of becoming so if she continues to live here in this castle.
Is it perhaps the eye of a sick mind which calls up visions that trespass upon the other world? Or are they the fears, the boundless hatred and terror of a monstrous reality that drag a human being to the edge of madness? The Night of the Doomed, a human drama that goes beyond human life. The Night of the Doomed, a film that will take your breath away, that will hold you spellbound, that you will never forget. Produced by Cinematographica Amici and directed by Alan Grunwald. Soon on this screen.
Well, that looks great. Double your pleasure, double your fun, double Barbara Steele.
Yeah, and you can see how they used the Italian release. That's why I did the trailer that way, because I don't think there's any trailer out there that says Nightmare Castle. It all says Night of the Doomed. And in fact, the actual movie itself is the only thing I know that says Nightmare Castle. You'll see that tonight.
Very good, very good. So we're moving this right along because we have a lot of mailbag questions relating to part one of the anniversary special. So
yeah, they were flooding us. Yeah.
So we're going to dive into those now, this second part here, because we got a lot to get through, and we're going to try to get through them all. If not, I'm sure you'll answer some of these on possibly your post show. Pirates Booty?
Right. There's more questions than the ones that just you have. We probably had 4 or 5 dozen responses to our anniversary show. And it's, at the time of this particular recording, it's our YouTube premiere. So we'll probably get phone calls interrupting us during this too. Who knows?
Wow. All right. We're going to dive right into these because...
Sure. I love the mailbag. I love the viewers. Bring it on. What do we got?
All right. So first question is from Stacy Falco in Travistown, New Jersey. She writes, I just watched part 1 of your anniversary show and loved it. It was really interesting watching you go behind the scenes, and the movie was very creepy. Wonderful job. I can't wait to see part 2. So that's more of a compliment than a question.
Right. Thank you. That's great, Stacy. Thanks.
Gary Kukowski, if I'm saying that right, I'm sorry, from Scottsdale, Delaware, writes, I'm a big fan of monster movies, and I love your show. Your first anniversary show was more than extremely well done. I saw, however, that when you do part 2, you don't have Nightmare Castle included. Is there a reason for that?
Yeah, I think I explained this before. We just ran out of time during the first one, Gary, right? Mm-hmm. We just ran out of time with the first movie, and we had to do a layover into a second film. So that's why we did this. The very first time we did an anniversary show was a couple years ago, and it really wasn't an anniversary show, even though we kind of played it as one, where it was really an episode of the show, and no one really knew that until a certain until a certain Dr. Walter Time appeared at the end, and he was the villain, So we wanted to be as thorough as we could and do both movies for the price of one this time around.
That's great. Jonesy Ferrero from Pottstown, Tennessee writes, I think the women on your show are very pretty, and while I'm in love with both of them, meaning Maribel and Professor Gertie, I'm very intrigued with the siren. I love how you don't show her, but at the same time, I want to know who she is. I loved her interview on the show. Will you be doing a t-shirt of her as well? I love your gimmick. I guess that was more so for me.
That is our show, that is a question more guaranteed or geared toward you, because people may not know this at home, but our host tonight is the one who does a lot of the artwork, all the artwork for Dead and Buried Treasures. So I don't know. I'd love to see a t-shirt. I really would. I'd like to see one from Maribella and Professor Gertie. Who doesn't love those two? And the siren. So I don't know. What do you think, Rich?
Definitely. It's definitely coming. I'm working on the Gertie shirt now. followed by
Good.
Marabella. And I would like to do
Yeah,
maybe
that's awesome.
all three women is like the women of Dead and Buried Treasures, you know, girl power kind of shirt with Marabella, Gertie, and the siren
Well, you
together.
know, it's not a bad idea, but I'm not sure if you can because we have a couple women about to join the show.
That's true. It's getting bigger. The cast is getting bigger.
It is.
All right. Next
Calypso's
question.
around the corner.
Mm-hmm. That's true. Jasmine Cruz writes, "You gentlemen look very sexy in your tuxedos. Thank you. I love how you treated this show as an award show event. I loved going behind the scenes. I watch you on the Vortex and now see you every week on DBNA TV on Saturdays and Sundays at 9.
Very
It's
cool.
well crafted, and I thought it was on NBC. Keep up the great work. Thank you."
I don't know if it's NBC quality, but I mean, hey, we got an Emmy nomination, so we'll see how that plays out. But thanks for the kind words. That's great. I'm glad you enjoyed the show. Lots of positive feedback so far.
Yeah. We have another one here. This one's local, Bethel Park. So she's obviously in your BPTV viewing area.
Very cool.
Lizzie Stewart from Bethel Park, Pennsylvania, writes, "I see you get letters from all over. And sorry to disappoint, but I'm just from your stations in hometown Bethel Park, where I watch you on BPTV. You're one of the best shows I've seen, not only on BPTV, but anywhere. You guys are so creative, and you're funny. I love your cast of robotic animals like Scallywag, Jack, Davy Bones, and some of the villains. When will we ever see you at a horror con in the area?" Good question.
Well, first of all, I wouldn't call Jack and Davy and Scallywag robotic to their faces. But I'm not disappointed. I'm glad to have viewers in Bethel Park. That's the whole reason we started here. I'm glad that we're expanding, but it's nice to have viewers at home too in Pittsburgh. As far as the conventions, you know, it's hard to say. COVID ruined everything. So, you know, now that the conventions are starting to open up, and I know some of them are actually outdoors now. I don't know how accurate that is, but you know, things are starting to get back to. I want to say normal, but COVID's still here, so I can't say get back to normal. But as conventions open up more and more, we can be more selective as to what we go to and how we go. There was some convention I think you introduced me to, Rich. Was it last year or 2020 where they had like an outdoor convention, but you had like parking spaces or something to go to? I thought that was creative during the.
Yeah, they sometimes do like outdoor flea markets at some of these conventions, that kind of thing. I believe it was New Dimension Comics that was doing that.
Yeah, and I'd love to go to a convention. I really miss getting in there and meeting people, and you know, this isn't our jobs. We do this for fun. So by trade, I'm a communication professor. So I missed meeting everybody one-on-one, and talking and getting to meet people and Steel City Con. And the thing that's disheartening to me is like they get tens of thousands of people at any door time in Steel City, and it's just like you're like this, and I'm like, I don't know if I'm ready for that. I wish they would have like a limit, and then when you come out, you let people in, kind of thing. Like if you're going to have 5,000 in there, then have 5,000. Don't have 10,000 or 20,000. And say, oh boy, and have like dollar signs forming on the guy's eyeballs. Have it limited so people can enjoy it more. Who enjoys it when it's like this to begin with?
Right.
So I don't know. We're going to try. We'll see what happens.
Mm-hmm. All right. Our next question. Terry Bettis from Jonasville, Oklahoma writes, I know you've probably discussed this 1,000 times already, so now it's 1,001. I can't wait for the battle, and even more so, the double agent thing has really got me intrigued. Everyone seems to have a movie or a motive except Scallywag. I know you can't tell us who it is, but how about a clue? Yeah, how about a clue?
I don't know. That dreaded Scallywag almost blew up me ship. A clue. man. A clue. Well, I've had a lot of people guess at who it is. I guess, I don't know. I can't really think of a clue other than it's somebody on the show that Drake has had immediate access to. I don't know what a clue would be. I will say I've had a lot of people give me guesses like Gertie or Mirabella or Reggie or even Jasper. I don't think anybody's ever said to me Jack. So, I always like to take the show in a direction that you don't see coming. So, if I really wanted to do it, I'd make it Jack.
Well, you can make it anybody, really.
Then I'd have hate mail. There are people out there that love Jack. In fact, Phoenix Comics and Toys made just a Jack and Davy Bones statue that I guess is part of their new board game that they're releasing for all horror hosts. So I don't know if I can really provide a clue other than it's coming very soon. This year.
I can't wait. Ricardo Ford from Laytontown, Alabama writes, I'm a big fan of pirate lore, and your show makes me want to watch Pirates of the Caribbean. Then, when I watch Pirates of the Caribbean, it makes me want to watch your show. You seriously should be on Disney+. Your show is the best I've seen hosting monster movies, and it blows the guy out of the water who was on MeTV with the rubber chicken. Good one. It's not even a comparison. When will you guys be at the Renaissance Festival in Pittsburgh this year? Thank you for the compliment. That's great. The guy with the rubber chicken.
He says the guy with the rubber chicken. I guess is that Sven Gulli?
Yeah.
Oh man, wow.
That's a huge compliment. Sven Gulli's pretty big.
I will say, and I know he's out of Chicago. I will say, yeah, I agree. I think we should be on Disney+. So if anybody from Disney Plus is watching, give us a call. Here's my email address. Call us here or write us here. The Renfest, we weren't able to do it the last couple of years because of COVID. So I'm hoping that they open up the Renfest to be more admissible this year to everybody. I know that the year before COVID, I did go out there as Captain Drake, and we actually had a contest that said, come find me. If you found me, we'd give you I don't remember what it was we gave out, maybe Krispy Kreme donuts or something like that. But yeah, we should be out there, walking the grounds. Maybe I'll dress up as Calico Drake and have another contest like that. That was a lot of fun.
That's great. So we got time for one more question here. Wow. Yeah, time goes fast.
Man, it really,
Janice,
like the movie's on next, though.
I'm sorry?
I said it really goes fast. It seems like we just started.
I know. Janice Rothwowski from Waynesburg, Pennsylvania writes, your anniversary show was top-notch. I feel like it was watching something on networks and regional television here in Pittsburgh area. The Pittsburgh area should be proud to carry you as part of their lineup. I have several questions, so let me see if I can consolidate them. Will you be part of the Whiskey Rebellion in Washington, Pennsylvania in July, the Renaissance Festival in Mars, Pennsylvania in September, Steel City Con Pittsburgh in August, or the pirate boat they have down on the river that's in downtown Pittsburgh? It would be awesome to see you at any of those.
Yes to all of that. The Whiskey Rebellion is right around the corner. That's in July. And if you're watching this after that, it just happened. So I have plans to be in there in some capacity. Fortunately, a lot of what she asks are outdoor events, and that makes me and probably the whole cast and crew feel a little bit safer, knowing that it's more difficult to catch COVID that way, really. And so Whiskey Rebellion, I know that'll be a lot of fun. I go to that every year. The Renaissance Festival plans to do that as well. Steel City Con, I really would like to do it. There's just so many
Yeah.
people, and not just because of COVID, just because it's plain old freaking crowded as the devil. You never get anything done, and now that they get all the bigger stars, and there's more need, and I don't know. I feel like we kind of get overshadowed there. But what was the other place? Oh, the pirate ship. Yeah, there's a pirate ship in downtown Pittsburgh. It goes right out on the river, and I think it's just called the pirateship.com. You have to Google it, but I know it is, and I've seen that ship. It's really cool. You know, they go out there after pirate games and things like that. So I've already talked to that guy on it, actually. So we might be able to do something with them as either a sponsor on our show or as a sponsor on their ship, where I come out in a cameo one night and just appear as Captain Drake. And I know that we've had a lot of viewer mail about that, appearing out of nowhere just to do a cameo as Captain Drake on the pirate ship, the actual ship. So I think that would be a lot of fun. So I'd say yes to all of those in some way, shape, or form. Yeah.
That's great. Well, we look forward to that. And that's all the time we have. We got to get you this huge anniversary special. Part 2 anniversary special.
Yeah, we're not quite on the red carpet tonight, but it'll still be a lot of fun.
Right. So it's still going to give you all the fun and behind the scenes interviews that we had in part 1. So I'm looking forward to it. So we'll get to host that part 2 coming up next. And don't forget tonight's movie, Barbara Steele, Nightmare Castle.
Dead man's chest, yo-ho-ho, and a bottle of rum. Drink and the devil be done for the rest, yo-ho-ho, and a bottle of rum. The mite was fixed by the bosun's spike, bosun's brain with a marlin spike, and a cookie's throat was marred belike, had been gripped by fingers then.
You just can't get enough of dead and buried treasures. You say you want to jam an earring into your lobe because you want to be a pirate so much. And you love ghost stories and other haunted tales to boot and just can't wait for the weekend. Well, before you cause a lawsuit or need a doctor, check out this bonus during the week. Wicked Wednesday Watch Parties. That's right, fiends. Join us on Facebook every Wednesday night at 9, a much earlier time slot for all the little mateys out there, for rebroadcasts of Dead and Buried Treasures classics, often discussing the show in the chat room with Calico Drake himself, along with other stars of the show. Plus, if you turn into our Facebook page at 8:30, you'll see a classic episode of Walk the Plank to gear you up for the night ahead. That's Wicked Wednesday Watch Parties, premiering at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Facebook, each Wednesday night, if you dare. 8:30 p.m. with Walk the Plank. But remember, only the truly courageous will make it to the end.
It's the Pirate's Booty, our after show, seen immediately after Dead and Buried Treasures ends. Captain Calico Drake and series creator Eric Sprouse take your calls for up to an hour, answering questions about the series or whatever's on your mind about the Swashbuckler's Haunt, the club, convention appearances, and much more. That's our after show, the Pirate's Booty, taking your booty calls till the wee hours of the morning, immediately following Dead and Buried Treasures on most affiliates.